12.962. 12.962 for Steve Reeves. And Spilly jumps out into the lead as we get a four-car pileup down into turn one with a yellow flag, a complete restart. Veteran racer. He's the right back with a little bit faster time. It's a 12.725. 12.725. Been racing 6 years. Cars owned by Radco Racing. Bob Schatz at Rapid Run. Is the sponsor. Don's Crankshaft, Esther Camp Tire, and Cleve's Auto Parts are all sponsors. And Butler, I think that is Polly K. Lap is a 12.308. 12.308. That is the fastest time, and he's got another good one going. Let's see what the clock says. He has a 12.336, just a hair slower. 12.336. And in car number 8 is Steve Reeves. Steve's 11-year veteran. Gary Graham Jr. And here he comes out of turn 4. It's a good one, 12.962. 12.962 for Steve Reeves. Really got the torque as he comes off of that corner. Right back with a slower lap with a 13.331. 13.331. For the Reeves car. Kick it out of the way, throw it out the door. And there goes the light out, and let's see what the starter says. It's looking not too good, but it's in it. Number 44 jumps out in the lead. A fight going on for that second spot as Kent Christian moves up. We got cars scattered all over the racetrack, but they're still rolling and getting back on the track. Go racing. That number 3 spot is Willie Rice in car number 59. Stop on it going into turn 3. Out comes the yellow. Turn 3 where they pick up the pace. Out comes the yellow, no start. Let's see what the starter says. Second, a 59 Rice third. Kansas in fourth in car number 2. And we have an engine blown with oil all over the track up the slide. The number 44 car of Kenny Rice. A little bit of unfortunate problem there. We're going to need a hook on that car. With 6 laps down in the number 1 position will be Ken Christian, with the other Rice car in 2nd position. And in the 3rd spot, the number 4 car of Mike Zitter, followed by Larry Bland. And this ought to be a tough one to win as they really nail it down on this final lap of that 4th turn. Rice in 2nd spot. And the number 4 car of Zitter in 3rd. Here they come off the 4th turn for the checker. Willie Rice is 2nd. The number 4 car of Mike Zetter is 3rd, followed by Larry Bland in 4th position, I should say. And there's your winner, Ken Christensen from Mooresville, Indiana. Been driving about 5 years. The starters. Your attention please, pickups and available four-wheel drives in the pit area. Please proceed to the racetrack immediately. Four-wheel drives, pickup trucks, and push trucks, please proceed to the track immediately. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a ticket so you come back one more time, and I'm going to give her a chance to win a Camaro. That's for Mr. Gaskett. You fill it out and send it in. Virgin's first lap car, number 1. Final lap 404, 14.404. And he's from Bloomington, Indiana. They call him the puppy, but Idle's first lap is a 14.906. 14. Father. Brady Ford. Jeff Herbert, first lap, 14.025. It's kind of unique. The 2 winners of last week's feature both won their chassis last year here at Lawrenceburg. One of them was Terry Walters, of course, and the other one was Leon Thixton. Here's Terry Walters' lap with a 14.405, 14.405. And Brian Walden, each have 234 points here at Lawrenceburg. We're with a time of 16.442, 16.442. Jerry Flume, Jr., that is, from Rising Sun, Indiana, car number 38. He goes to high school. This is his first time out. Jerry Flume, Sr. is a sponsor, J&M Rental. Looking good.
Is still missing.
Here they go, down into turn 1 with Lynn Spelly and car number 44 pacing that first heat of late models. The track looks like it's in excellent condition. We're going to see some good racing here tonight. Out of turn 2 they come. They should be picking up that pace into the 3rd turn. Ready for a start. We'll turn it over to Tom Wilson, our chief starter. Flag on the inside, it's a Spilly car, and on the outside, it's Dale Herbert. Herbert jumps out in the lead. As we lose one to the outside of 2, he slowed down and stopped. There comes the yellow flag out. Once more, down into turn 2. The lights are off. They pick that pace up in anticipation of the start, and Tom looks over closely. It's a green flag. Dale Herbert again on the outside. He lets it all hang out, but that's what the lead is all about. He's moving in there very rapidly with the Eichmann car, number 27, sitting in that second spot, and the number 32 car of Eichler in third. It's anybody's guess what they're going to do out of that fourth turn. Here they come on the outside. The number 67 car of Herbert, that is. Herbert gets a little bit of a wide, high, slows down off the pace as the number 67 car of Darrell Herbert slides through, takes over the lead, but he's got his work cut out for him. As Danny Eichler, car number 2, is now second. Lynn Spilly on the outside is still on the move. Dale Herbert is your leader by about 2 car lengths, but he's getting the pressure from both ends as car number 44 and 32. Slide up there and keep the pressure on him to keep him honest. Spilly gets some new bite as he comes high out of turn 2, down into turn 3. Again, he moves high around the outside. Isn't able to pull off that move on Herbert, but stays ahead of the Eichler car. As Darrell Herbert still rides it low, Spilly high down into turn 3. One more time. Has found a good fast groove, but just can't take the advantage of it. As he is your leader now by a half a car length, but on the inside, sliding up and sliding down, and now dropping back to third with Lynn Spilly out there in front with Danny Eichler. Going to keep him honest and come off the fourth turn. I'm going to call it Spilly. 27 and 32 are your first 3-place cars, with Lynn Spilly sitting back there making his move, almost looking like a finish of that Indianapolis 500 this afternoon. He is the winner in the first heat. Lynn Spilly, car number 44. How about a big round of applause? Lynn Spilly gets a checkered flag, and he's a mighty happy young man there as we get some pictures there for Mid-American Auto Racing News and many of the other racing magazines around the country. Here we go for the second heat.
We'd like to introduce you to the legendary Lawrenceburg Speedway, and of course tonight is one of the biggest shows of the season here that we have at Lawrenceburg. This is a USAC Thunder and Lightning Crestline Sprint Cars. And of course, it's a world-renowned show. It draws probably more fans than any other sprint car organization in the United States. So we have a great deal of fans here in the audience tonight getting ready to go for this particular show. We've had cars that just came back from Hagerstown, Maryland, where they were rained out on a Friday night. They'll be running here tonight at Lawrenceburg, and of course tomorrow they'll be heading back to Hagerstown for the other USAC show. Last week, Andy kind of pulled one. I call you Handy, but I really want to call you Andy. Kind of pulled one out of the hat down here at Lawrenceburg, and that's the first time you ever won at Lawrenceburg, isn't it, Handy?
Yeah, really, it is. I've run here, I think that was my 4th time here, and we walked away with the feature, and that made it pretty neat.
Well, how long have you been racing?
I think this will be my 6th year now.
The 6th year?
Yeah.
Did you start out in sprint cars? You've been in sprint cars all the time?
Yeah, I started as soon as I turned 17, and pretty much went from there.
Jumped right into sprint car, and that was it, huh?
Yeah.
Do you race with USAC much? You know, of course, tonight's a big USAC Crestline Thunder and Lightning sprint show, and I guess you're one of the regulars with USAC, or just you race with them when you're close at hand? Is that it?
Close at hand. We go where we can run for the most money, and we just do the best job we can wherever we go.
Well, Andy, I noticed your car here really looks beautiful tonight. It seems almost a shame to take these cars out and get them all dirty, doesn't it? It kind of hurts your feelings once in a while.
A little bit, but I got a real nice owner, Terry Winterbottom from Dayton, Ohio, and his company, W&W, sponsors a race car, and I think they kind of like it dirty every once in a while.
Back it up a little bit. Tell us how you really got started in the whole world of racing. Was it a childhood ambition, or just one of those things that kind of came by accident?
No, it was the childhood ambition. I wanted to race since I could talk, and I started racing quarter midgets when I was 10 years old, and I set out a year so I could start working on sprint cars when I was 15, 16, a couple of years, I guess, and then I just started driving.
It's every little boy's dream, I guess, to either own a fire engine or a race car, and you've kind of fulfilled your dreams. And of course, I know to win a feature at a new racetrack is always kind of a thrill to any driver, and I'm sure that was shared with you last week and your crew. We just want to congratulate you, and we're glad that you're part of the legendary Lawrenceburg Speedway. And somewhere down the line, when that old book is written and the book is closed on racing someday at this track, Andy Hillenberg will be in that racing book as a feature winner at Lawrenceburg. And we'd like to wish you the very best of luck throughout the 1986 season. Hope you come back with us many times as possible.
Thank you very much.
We want to talk about track conditions. We don't want to talk about the race tracks that you've been to and the reputation that you have. I think everybody's well aware of that. But you're probably one of the most knowledgeable people when it comes to reading a racetrack of anybody I know. And that, of course, I guess is applied to your success. Rich, when you come down and look at a racetrack like you're doing here at Lawrenceburg tonight, what do you really look for?
Well, I look for the condition of that the dirt is in, and how wet it is and how deep it is. And it looks like tonight with that 3 o'clock burst of thunderstorm that came in on Lawrenceburg, it's going to make the racetrack a track record setting track. It'll be a real fast racetrack tonight.
Well, in other words, we could break that track record tonight.
I think so.
Okay, that sounds very good. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the different tracks that you run to, like if you get further south and you get further north and a little bit west, how about the consistency of the material and a different type of clay? Can you give us a little insight about this?
Well, the different parts of the country, you kind of learn what you think the racetrack's going to do by looking at the dirt. Few racetracks we go to, it's kind of a sandy dirt, and that'll be hard on tires. And this racetrack here, Lawrenceburg, isn't hard on tires at all. You can run a real soft tire all night long, which makes it so you can go fast all night long.
Who dictates the final judgment on the type of gear, the ratio that you're going to use?
Well, it's the driver and the mechanic and the car owner.
In other words, you discuss the condition and say this is such, and what do you think? And is it something that you kind of work out between you, or do you say, well, look, I want to run this? And
no, it's a combination thing. It's basically any type of racing is a team effort.
That's what I want to hear you say.
You know, the driver input and the owner input, you combine the two, and hopefully you come up with a winning combination.
Well, thank you very much, Rich. This is, I think, going to be interesting to some of the people. You know, many times we talk about the drivers, we talk about where they've been, we pat them on the back, but we don't get down to the nitty-gritties, that the things that have to be done before the race starts in order to make the final preparation, so that the checker flag is possible to get waved in your face.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm out looking at the racetrack before the race.
All right, we don't want to hold you up
Okay.
anymore, and thank you, Rich Vogler. You're very kind.
Before you cut them?
Yeah, there's got a ring round through right here. That's it.
Bob,
Yeah.
where's that practice blade?
Right there in the top drawer toolbox.
The assorted blade.
Thank you very, very much. Sprint cars, and here we go as he has that green flag in hand off the turn 4 down the front straightaway, and immediately we got a green, and to the inside is a bigger car in number 30, but he's got the work cut out for him as Melbourne tries to move on the outside as he come up to that 4th turn. Into a bigger car with car number 28 of Smith. Smith moves out, takes over the lead down into turn 3. Sets it all up and gets a pedal to the metal on the turn 4. And moving up into the second spot, young Andy Stapp being challenged by the number 6 car of Steve Butler, now in 3rd position. Butler gets a light up on that high groove, down the front straightaway. This is the Smith car, still in the lead by a mere car length. Young Andy Stapp pushes, tries to move up there, can't quite cut it. Down on the inside, moves the number 6 car. Now moves up in the 3rd, dropping Stapp back to, or in the 2nd, dropping Stapp to 3rd. And Sheldon Kinder is now in 4th in the black number 2. And now Butler moves up on the inside of the Smith car as they hit down the back straightaway into turn 3. Just about a half a car length, and now Butler slides up and takes over the lead down the finish line, dropping the number 28 car of Smith back to 2nd. Sheldon Kinder now makes a move and now moved up to 3rd, picking up the pace a little bit as he goes deep into turn 3. Steve Butler maintains that lead by about 4 cars, opening it up down the back straightaway over Smith, still running there in that 2nd position, with Kinder trying to make a move off the turn 4 as we have a car smoking badly. Danny Melbourne running back there in that 5th position. Steve Butler opens that lead up still further over Smith, and Kinder has kind of reserved himself to that 3rd spot with the checkered flag coming out here in the 4th turn. Steve Butler, your winner. 2nd place car is Smith. The 3rd place Sheldon Kinder. In the 4th place car number 77, Andy Stapp. As the balance of the field, the bigger car number 30 just crossing the start-finish line, followed by Danny Melbourne. Fager, who was an earlier leader but faded about the midway through the... No start. A little better this time around. Vic Lipke awaits the green flag. Campbell in the number 53 car on the outside. Greg Staub moving quickly down on the inside, coming off of that 4th turn. It's Staub out in front. There's the Campbell car on the inside, and car number 2, Walson, gets a little bit wide, but he's still down there in that 3rd spot, tucking his nose in. Opens that lead up to about 6 or 7 car lengths. The number 2 car of Schwartz, a 2X spot. Bachler is now moved into third. And that Stinger Ford car really is opened that lead up as he comes off of that fourth turn heading to the start finish line. Ford still in second spot. Bachler in third. Over the Challenger on the back wheel. Car number 2, Dalton, moves up on the Bachler car. Maybe not enough time left. There's only one lap. There goes the white flag out for Greg Staub. One lap to go. Orange is still running second. Number 7 car, Bachler, is third. And that's the way they're going to finish, with Staub heading to the start finish line, taking the checkered flag. Orange is second, and Bachler is third. That's the way they finished up. How about a big round of applause for those mighty fine sprint car drivers, especially that Stinger Ford sponsored number 44, also sponsored by Don's Crankshaft and driven by Mr. Greg Staub. How about a big round of applause? Thank you very much. Coast to coast 39 for the 14 car. 14 first lap is a 14.53. Lynn Billy's first time is a 47, 14.7, got a 15.9. One of the sponsors on that car. 5, 15.3, 14.397, 2-1. Mike Blake around the outside. We'll get a car down to the inside, number 17.